If you know anything about me, you know there are a bunch of things that I absolutely love and a few things that, let's just say, I just don't really like too much. For starters, beef stroganoff. I think it's gross. Second, one-ply toilet paper. I don't know why they even make that. And third, cardio. Not a big fan of cardio at all. And at the end of the day, I want to share with you in today's episode what I like to personally do when it comes to easily losing body fat, but most importantly, it's something that I enjoy doing, and I think you will too once you find out these amazing benefits. This is something I actually coach and teach our members with all the time. When it comes down to moving your body and focusing on getting more NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Sounds like a mouthful, but at the end of the day, keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Remember that? So at the end of the day, when it comes down to needs, you're just moving your body more. That's it, And how I like to apply it, and how I like to coach and teach our members with it, is by just trying their best to get more steps in. Giving yourself a step goal. Personally, for me, I love to aim for about 10,000 steps each and every day. It's a very easy goal to hit, but most importantly, there's some amazing health benefits when it comes down to just moving your body more. The first one is that you're burning calories. I mean, think about it. If you're moving your body, compared to if you're just sedentary where you're sitting down all day, you're going to be burning more calories just by moving. And I'm not saying working out. I'm not saying doing sprints. I'm not saying, run laps around the neighborhood. I'm just saying move your body. And that's like the easiest thing that pretty much anybody can do. You could go for a walk with your kids. You could play basketball with your kids or play catch. You can just walk around your office or park farther away, from the grocery store, or park farther away from, your work and just have a longer commute, right? Decide to take the stairs rather than the elevator or the escalator. Simple things like this, And when you're tracking your steps and you're trying your best to give yourself a step goal, let's say 10,000 steps, you're going to start to get more creative. Okay, all right, I got 7,000 steps this day. What can I do differently? Is that me going for a 30-minute walk today to help me hit my 10,000 step goal? Awesome. Now it's more of a priority because once again, when you start to learn about all the health benefits to just moving your body more, I bet you anything, you're going to want to focus more time and energy into investing into that. The second benefit is that it increases the rate of our metabolism. And this is once again huge when it comes to fat loss. Who doesn't want to have a faster metabolism anyways? And it's all because you're deciding to move your body more. So if you think about it, tip number one is you're burning more calories. What happens when you're burning more calories? You're losing more body fat. What happens when you lose more body fat? Oh, your metabolism speeds right back up. Now, the third tip is probably my favorite, and that is you're actually using fat as fuel rather than glycogen. So anytime you're, let's say, running or swimming or doing anything where your heart rate is at a certain amount, guess what? You're using more glycogen as your fuel sources. Rather than if you're just going for a nice walk, you're primarily using body fat as fuel. The fourth tip might actually surprise you, and that's appetite regulation. So the more that you're moving your body, the more that you're going out there and just trying to get more steps in, guess what? Your hormones are actually working in your favor. And this could be potentially also reducing the amount of cravings that you have, as well as helping you when it comes to not overeating. Now, the fifth tip is for anybody that has either high blood sugar or who knows, maybe even type 2 diabetes. And it's actually very important to understand this. And that is walking and moving your body more actually aids when it comes to improving your insulin sensitivity rate. The sixth benefit is definitely my favorite, and who knows, it might be yours too once I share with you exactly what it is. And that is walking aids in a lot of stress relief. So the next time you're underneath a lot of stress, maybe it's stress at work, maybe it's stress at home, who knows? All I want you to do is just go to a park, spend some time outside, and just go for a nice little walk. That's it. You want some bonus tips? Put in some noise canceling headphones, maybe either with some lo-fi beats or binaural beats, right? Something where it's just tunes and melodies. There's no lyrics or anything like that. And just go for a walk. I promise you after 30 minutes, you're going to be so less stressed. And I talk about stress so often when it comes to having just a healthier lifestyle. If you're underneath a lot of stress, this could be anything once again. Work, home, injuries, illnesses, any kind of stress. You're spiking your cortisol levels. When your body's cortisol levels are, elevated, guess what? It makes losing body fat 10 times harder for yourself. Think about it in terms of like this big factory and the fire alarms are going off and everybody's rushed outside, because, hey, the fire alarms are going off. Well, production in that factory stops. So in mind of, hey, what's going on internally with your body when it comes to losing body fat, production has pretty much stopped because the fire alarms are going off, right? You're underneath all this stress, your cortisol levels are elevated and it's spiked. And just by walking and moving your body more, especially if you can do that outside in some fresh air and nature, it's going to aid in lowering those stress levels. The seventh health benefit, which I talk about all the time, is consistency and sustainability. Think about it. The older you get, the harder it becomes to either start working out, start doing all this cardio, etc. But I know a lot of guys that's in their 70s, their 80s, their 90s, and they're walking. They're constantly moving their body. And guess what? I bet you anything, you can do the same the older you get as well. I know for me, right? Like I like to box, I like to hit the heavy bag, I like to, be very active, right? I like to hit the weights. But when I'm in my, 70s and 80s and 90s, who knows? I might not be able to do all that as much as what I currently do right now. I'm going to be getting older. That's just the reality of it. But you know what I can always do? I could always move my body and I can always walk. And so that's why consistency is the name of the game here with anything when it comes to achieving your health and fitness goals, So with walking, it's very easy to stay consistent with. It's very sustainable, to say the least. For the eighth benefit is that, hey, it's making your heart healthier. And once again, that's so important, It's not just about losing body fat and building muscle to live this healthy lifestyle. It's making sure that we're doing the right things to live longer and aid in that. And just by, once again, moving your body, getting plenty of steps in, right? Being active rather than being so sedentary, you're improving your heart health. And this leads us right into our ninth benefit, which is joint health. I know a lot of guys that suffer with bad backs, bad knees, bad ankles, bad elbows, bad shoulders, right? Like they're underneath a lot of pain. They have all these injuries, And you might be thinking to yourself right now, man, I got bad knees, right? I got bad ankles. But hear me out. Even though you might have bad knees and bad ankles, you can still move your body. You can still walk. Nobody says you have to, run a mile and you have to jog and you have to do all these different things that sure might be very painful, right, to do those on your joints. But walking is very therapeutic. Walking is also a great tool to help you when it comes to recovery with your joint pain as well. So at the end of the day, if you are somebody that, let's say, is you're overweight and your knees hurt and your back hurts, start walking. One, that's going to help you with proper joint health. Two, you already heard the list that I mentioned before. Walking and moving your body, that's going to aid you when it comes to helping you lose more body fat and speeding up your metabolism. And the final benefit is it aids in proper posture. Think about it. If you're sedentary, if you're constantly sitting down, at your computer screen and at work, you're probably hunching over your shoulders, probably dealing with a bad back because, once again, you're compressing your spine. So what does posture have to do with walking in general? Well, think about it. I don't know a lot of people that are hunched over and constantly walking. No, they're typically, chest held up high, right? Head is straight, shoulder blades are back, and they're just walking. That's it. And walking has so many benefits when it comes to helping you with, proper posture, but also activating different muscles in your core that you're not using when you're sedentary. So keep that in mind. There are so many health benefits when it comes to, once again, just moving your body more and being more active and doing the simplest things like giving yourself a step goal, for example, and trying your best to aim and achieve that. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up and also leave a comment down below with your biggest takeaway. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that if you did. As always, guys, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.